Park Yunsu recalls the incident with Haewon and admits to himself that he was drawn to Haewon's blood. It was a scent he could never forget, nor could he erase Haewon's face from his memory. Years later, Yunsu was shocked to see Chaya at the church, and he never expected to encounter Haewon again. Now, Yunsu thinks this might be an easy task for him, but he is reminded of the hunting ban placed upon him. Considering his options, he decides that Han Chaya might be of use to him, especially since her relationship with Haewon is clearly far from normal. The next day, Chaya and Gurim are seen taking out the recycling. To her surprise, Gurim is doing the task with surprising efficiency. Troubled by the situation with Nam Haewon, Chaya considers that she should use Park Yunsu in times like these. As soon as she thinks this, Yunsu suddenly appears in front of her, startling her. Yunsu seems genuinely surprised to see Gurim recycling trash, which causes Gurim to flee in embarrassment. Chaya reminds Yunsu of their agreement to never meet again, but he tells her that he's not here for her. He's here for Gurim. Yunsu points out that Gurim never acts this way, and Chaya casually replies that she simply told him to do it. Yunsu observes that Gurim seems to listen to her and asks her to convince Gurim to return home, reminding her that Gurim is also a vampire. Chaya, however, tells him that she doubts Gurim would listen to her and urges Yunsu not to bother her with such trivial requests. As Chaya turns to leave, Yunsu grabs her hand and pulls her closer, telling her that he will handle Nam Haewon for her. Chaya is stunned, wondering how Yunsu even knows about Haewon. Yunsu explains that he knows her relationship with Haewon is bad, and back then, he felt bad seeing her in that miserable state. With a smile, he leans in and proposes, "What do you think? It seems like a good idea, right?" Chaya questions Yunsu, asking if he thinks she is like him. No matter how sick and twisted Nam Haewon is, she refuses to do what he wants. She reminds him that this is why she saved him back then, but Yunsu counters by saying she only saved him to get rid of the manager, questioning if she's truly a good person. Chaya is left speechless by his words. He adds that she can refuse for now, but if she ever finds herself in a difficult position, she can come to him. He will be waiting. She firmly tells him not to bother waiting, but he simply smiles and assures her not to worry about him. At home, Chaya wonders why Yunsu would make such an offer. She questions if Gurim returning to him is that important. However, Gurim suggests that it might be because Yunsu is hungry due to the hunting ban. At the church, Chaya unexpectedly encounters Haewon and tries to avoid talking to him. Spotting Yunsu, she decides that merely showing her face to him should be enough and begins to leave. But Yunsu calls her name from behind. She glares at him, silently pleading for him not to approach her, but he walks directly toward her. Haewon, noticing this, asks if they're planning to get married. Confused, she asks what he's talking about, and he explains that her boyfriend, Yunsu, told him they were getting married soon. Chaya glares at Yunsu with anger, wondering what kind of situation he has dragged her into this time. Now, Chaya finds herself having to choose between two equally bizarre options. Option 1, age unknown, occupation vampire, personality stupid, side note, enjoys killing. Option 2, Nam Haewon, age 30, occupation psychopath, personality dangerous, side note, she once stabbed him. Faced with these choices, she sarcastically says, "Isn't marriage too soon, Park Yunsu?" And so the crazy murder-loving vampire was chosen. Yunsu, in his usual absurd manner, asks if she's mad because he didn't propose properly, promising to make sure the proposal will be grand. Chaya reluctantly goes along with it, thinking it's the best way to deal with Haewon. The women at the church overhear the conversation, swarm around them with questions, and start congratulating them. Before she knows it, Chaya finds herself sitting next to Park Yunsu, a veil on her head, playing the part of his supposed fiancé. She keeps glaring at him, but Yunsu, clearly enjoying her frustration, mockingly asks, "What's wrong?" Chaya wants to punch him but holds back, reminding herself that she can't resort to violence in a church. Instead, she asks him why he's so interested in Haewon, if it's because he wants to hunt him. Yunsu casually replies that it's because Haewon's blood smells delicious, sending a shiver down Chaya's spine with his unsettling expression. When the ladies start bombarding them with questions about how they met, Chaya takes the chance to escape, leaving Yunsu to handle their inquiries alone. Outside, she runs into Haewon, who surprises her by apologizing for what happened 7 years ago. He tells her that since she seems happy now, he won't bother her anymore. With a final goodbye, he walks away, leaving Chaya standing there alone, lost in thought.